Did you know you can ace your investments and still potentially blow your retirement plan? Typically by under budgeting and underestimating your healthcare costs. Today, we're going to fix that. By the end of this video, you'll have a simple yet complete understanding of your healthcare budget for your retirement. No surprises and no guesswork. Hi, my name is Patrick Hammond. I am co-founder of Guardian Financial Services and a senior wealth manager, and I help pre-retirees like you turn confusion into clear, tax-aware plans. So here's what's on the agenda for today. First, we're going to discuss what Medicare covers and what it doesn't cover. Next, we're going to learn how to price each of the moving parts for your healthcare costs. Then we're going to weigh out the smart choices and trade-offs that you're going to have. After that, we're going to discuss taxes and risks. And finally, 3 quick things you can do to start moving the ball forward this week. So let's start with the foundations here. Medicare starts at age 65 for most people. Part A is for hospital coverage, Part B is for your doctors and your outpatient care, and Part D is for prescription drug costs. You compare original Medicare with what's called a Medigap supplement, or you can choose what's called a Medicare Advantage plan. That typically bundles all your coverage there. 2 quick definitions here so we're both speaking the same language. You have something called IRMA. This is an income-based surcharge on your Medicare premiums. Next, you have MAGI. This is the IRS's version of income that they use to determine your phase-outs. Finally, you have MOOP, and that is your annual out-of-pocket maximum. So why does this matter now? Premiums and deductibles can change every year, and drug costs can also spike without warning. Dental, vision, and hearing are often not covered by your Medicare plan. And long-term care costs, i.e. helping with your daily living, is also generally not covered. Think of your overall plan like a house. Medicare is the frame, Medigap or your Medicare Advantage plan is the roof. Drugs, dental, and vision are the windows and the doors. And finally, your cash buffer is the weatherproofing of the overall property. So that's the what and the why. Next, we're going to discuss the how. We're going to build your healthcare budget in 5 separate parts. Part 1 is your premiums. Part 2 is your out-of-pocket cost for care. Part 3 is your prescriptions. Part 4 is your dental, vision, and hearing. And Part 5 is a buffer and a plan for long-term care costs. Let's make this simple with 2 paths here, 2 examples. Option A is original Medicare with a Medigap supplement and a separate drug plan. Think of this as 3 small monthly bills. Medicare Part B, your Medigap plan, and your Part D drug plan. In return, most surprises are essentially smoothed out. You can see any doctor who takes Medicare on this option. And once you hit the small annual deductible, your costs are pretty much predictable moving forward. Option B is Medicare Advantage. So here, this can look a lot cheaper up front, sometimes even as cheap as a $0 premium, but it works like a network plan. You pay as you go with co-pays and co-insurance. There's a yearly cap that stops the bleeding in those really expensive years, but the ride can feel a little bit bumpier here. You want to make sure that your doctors and your hospitals are in network or costs can jump on this option. Here's the real question. Which trade-off best fits you? If you value flexibility and steady costs, option A can feel a little calmer. If you want a lower monthly premium and you've identified that your doctor and your hospital are in network, option B can also work. Just respect the rules and the annual cap. Now, how do we price this without going crazy moving forward? Step 1 is to write down your must-have doctors and your current meds. That list will essentially drive the whole decision-making process. Step 2 is to pull two sets of quotes. Path A is Medigap Plan G plus a Part D plan that covers your meds. Path B is 2 or 3 local Medicare Advantage plans that include your doctors that you're currently using in your pharmacy. Step 3 is you want to add dental, vision, and hearing. Medicare, as we mentioned, doesn't reliably cover these things. If you expect crowns, implants, or hearing aids, budget in real dollars. If not, set a simple annual amount and cash fund it, or consider cash funding it. Step 4 is your drugs. Price your actual drug prescriptions. If you use expensive meds, plan for a higher number here. If you're on generic drugs, it'll likely be lower, but still you want to keep a cushion as well. Remember, drug plans now have an annual out-of-pocket limit. Use that as your worst case line in the budget. And step 5 is add a cash buffer. Typically, you could look at a 10% contingency on top of what your costs already are. Life happens, so the buffer keeps everything else on track and gives you a little bit of peace of mind. A few strategy notes so you don't step on any rakes here. If your income sits near the Medicare surcharge line, the IRMA that we already talked about, you're going to want to manage it. Roth conversions, capital gains, and big IRA withdrawals can push you over and into that IRMA surcharge. If you cross the line, in next year's premiums will go up, and it's actually a 2-year look back. Plan the timing before December. Don't assume that Medicare covers your long-term care costs. It likely doesn't, and it doesn't cover custodial care like bathing, dressing, or memory care. So pick a path early, self-fund with a dedicated bucket, and consider a hybrid / long-term care policy option if you don't want to self-fund. Or price local options and set aside what's realistic. Quick tax tip here for HSA users, health savings accounts. If you're still on a high deductible plan before Medicare, the HSA is a powerful deduction now, tax-free for qualified medical costs later on. But once you enroll in any part of Medicare, you cannot continue to contribute, and Part A can be retroactive. So stop contributions ahead of enrollment to avoid any penalties here. Let's land it with 3 quick wins so you can get the ball moving this week. Part 1, or Plan 1, is build a 1-page health care budget. List your premiums and an honest drug cost line / dental and vision and hearing, and also add that 10% cash buffer. 2 is price both paths side by side. Medigap plus Part D versus a local Medicare Advantage plan. Use your own doctors and meds as the tiebreaker here. As we said, that's going to drive a lot of decision making. And thirdly, check the IRMA exposure. If you're near that threshold, map your income moves now. As we said, there's a 2-year look back on the IRMA surcharge before year end. So in summary, pick your path, steady premiums with Medigap, or lower premiums with a Medicare Advantage plan and maybe some more variability. Budget 5 buckets: premium, care, drugs, dental, vision, and hearing, plus the cash buffer. And watch for that IRMA surcharge as well. And name your long-term care plan now, or try to identify it. If you want this built with your doctors in mind and your meds and your zip code, then you may want to consider booking a consultation with someone who can help you identify these items and make sure that they're all factored into your overall plan. So if you enjoyed this video, again, my name is Patrick Hammond, and I help people like you every single day simplify and make logical decisions here. And I would be honored to have a complimentary consultation to make sure that we're getting you moving in the right direction, down the right path. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, look at the information below, and there should be a way to get in contact with us. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.